Hello. Um, I realised that because the last, or after last night's session, um, there's now a gap in the sessions due to the previous session not recording properly. So, I figure I would do this very brief little recap of that session. This will probably go up after the subsequent session, but it is what it is. Um, so, what happened in Three Tasks in Salzenmond Part 2, or Session 19 for those playing at home? the This follows on from the fight at the Salzenmond pits. The party speak to the High Priest of the Temple of Sigmar Protector and the Witch Hunter Captain, inquiring further about information regarding who would attempt to acquire profane tomes and bring them into the city, and both of these individuals make strong indications that the party should look into the ongoing mystery at Plutz Manor. The family long ago abandoned the house, but recent evidence has shown that it is occupied again, though no one has seen anyone there directly. Armed with this knowledge, the party head back to the Honest Burger for a respite. That night, all of the party are plagued by nightmares, but only Lucian and Ulrich remember that a Chaos champion in red armor led them on a vicious slaughter of everyone they've ever met. Lucian in particular was affected by this, and in the morning, when he awoke, went into a frenzy, attacking his fellow party members until Ulrich was able to knock him unconscious with the flat of his axe. When questioned about it, he remembered the events of the dream, and remembered flying into a rage, but was unable to control himself. Following on from this, the party made their way to Plutz Manor. After scoping out the place, Heike attempted to send her shadow in to scout the house out, but as soon as the shadow entered the building, it snapped back to her, as there is no light inside the house, and as such, a shadow cannot exist without the presence of light. Finding no alternatives, the party decides to head straight through the front door. At the last minute, they decide to knock at the door rather than just barging straight in, and they're surprised when someone answers the door. An individual calling himself Arik greets the party. Whilst the rest of the party are somewhat, I guess, surprised by the fact that the door was answered, Lucian actually succeeds with his perception test and discovers there's something off about this man. He has 3 additional sets of eyes. And deciding that enough is enough, Lucian kicks the door in and the fight is on. The party are quickly able to dispatch Arik, but as they are now on the threshold of the house, they hear what appears to be skittering deeper into the residence. The party then undertake a systematic room-by-room search of the ground floor, but find nothing untoward, except for thick spider webs covering everything from floor to ceiling. Whilst attempting to go quietly upstairs, Wolfgang and Heike trip over each other, causing a large amount of noise. And with all pretense of stealth being off, the party quickly make their way upstairs and very quickly make a systematic search of several of the rooms before making their way upstairs to the attic. Once in the attic, they eventually run into what was once Madame Helga von Plutz, who has, over time, become corrupted into a mutant, half woman, half spider. The fight is engaged, and a few rounds into the fight, 2 of Helga's adult offspring join in the fray, similarly corrupted. After a lengthy fight, the party is able to defeat the Spiderkin and take the time to search the remainder of the house properly to see if there is a connection to the profane book that Olhauser had found. Wolfgang eventually finds a mysterious amulet with a green jewel in it, which he carefully collects, wrapping it up in fabric so as not to touch it with his bare hand. And also a drawer full of letters and notes, which date back years, which he similarly collects. At the end of that, the party each received 50 experience and needed to roll for corruption. Both Lucian and Ulrich gained 2 corruption points each, which brings Ulrich very close to the threshold for his corruption. So it was a relatively short session, and the party was certainly somewhat terrified of these mysterious spiderkin. Yeah, so that's really all I have to say on that. This will only be a short video, just sort of recounting what occurred. Yeah, watch session 20 if you haven't already, and I hesitate to say if you enjoyed it, this video, or if you're enjoying the campaign so far. A like and a subscribe goes a long way. Awesome. Alright, thanks all.